Anybody here?
Just doing display capture. And, yeah. Are we here?
Can you hear us?
I have no idea.
Can you see us? We're back? Everybody's saying yay, so I think that's good. Woohoo! It's alive. E.T. phone home.
You're a silly goose.
Honk. Affleck. So I think the Affleck thing is a duck. Didn't Gilbert Godfrey die? Was he the voice of Affleck?
I don't think he's dead. Ouch.
I'm probably just remembering wrong.
That was dumb. That was dumb.
Okay. They say they can see the video, and they can hear the sound, and it's Pac-Man 256, which they say is so much better than Pac-Man 255.
Oh, please.
Pac-Man 128?
It's a reference. You know what happens when you get to level 256 in Pac-Man?
Oh, yeah.
It's a reference to that.
That's what it is. I thought it was like a reference to 2, 4...
And I'm doing great.
8, 16... 32, 64, 128, 256, 512,
Well,
1,024.
that's exactly why Pac-Man breaks down on the 256 level. It only has, that's all the memory it has, 256.
These systems were like so modest. I mean, it never fails to blow my mind that a ROM of Super Mario Brothers takes up like 53 kilobytes, and it's like, my God. These days it would be games are like probably like 52.
Do you know what the last
gigabytes?
Do you know what the last screen of Pac-Man looks like? When you get there.
Yeah.
Like this
is brilliant.
Corruption chases you up the whole time.
Does it?
Yeah. So you're constantly moving up. It's like infinite Pac-Man.
Oh,
you're not trying to eat all the dots.
But in the original game, like the whole screen's that.
The whole screen's that, yeah.
It's just not functional.
Right. Half the screen, technically.
Oh.
So you're kind of like you're constantly racing that thing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I believe Gobbledygooks gifted this to me. Thank you. Pac-Man's right up my alley.
We have a version of Pac-Man Versus, and one person plays with a Game Boy Advance, and they can see the whole screen, and they're Pac-Man, and then there's 3 ghosts, and each of them can only see this little circle around them, and they've got the controllers, and they're looking at the TV screen. It's cute.
Excessively cute.
Why does it need to be pseudo 3D? I mean, like, this is like ISO.
Doesn't need to be. It's a stylistic choice.
I think it works. I mean, I suppose it would be easy enough to offer the option of having them on their sides.
All right, well, I got trapped.
Anyway, somebody says I have Pac-Man Versus, a lot of fun with a bunch of people, isn't it?
Yeah,
we had to go out.
You need like the maximum amount. For it to really be fun.
We had to go out and buy like more controllers. Like we had like 2. We bought another one.
At least amongst our friends, I was too good at it.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Like Rich is pretty good at Pac-Man. I mean, I don't know how he.
I'm not gonna say I'm a god.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea where he goes as a percentile, but like. You know, me and our mutual friends and whatnot have never really played it a whole lot, and we really suck. So he was kind of just dominating and kind of taking it easy on us. He needs a real challenge. Do they have like a Pac-Man versus? No, they probably didn't because it was Cube. A Pac-Man versus like online? Or
no.
They have any games where you can play Pac-Man online? Against other humans?
Against other people?
Yeah.
No, not that I know of.
Does anybody know about a Pac-Man where you can play it online against other people? When someone asks if you're a god, you say yes. Yeah, no kidding.
I've learned nothing from Ghostbusters.
Listen, I was at work one time, and we were messing around with the handheld lasers, and I told my coworker, don't cross the streamers. And he said, what's that? And I said, Ghostbusters. He goes, I wasn't born when that movie came out. I'm thinking, that's no excuse. How long before we stood Karen on Best the Worst?
Karen hates bad movies.
Yeah, I do kind of hate bad movies. I'd rather watch good movies.
So I wouldn't hold my breath, is what I'm saying.
I enjoyed that one vampire movie that we watched. What movie was that?
I forgot.
It had like 80s, like Miami Vice style drug dealers and hopping Japanese vampires.
I'm dead. There's nothing I can do. I'm dead. All right.
Oh no, you've turned into a bunch of blocks. They need to have a Lego Pac-Man where you turn into Lego bricks because everything's cooler when things disintegrate into Lego bricks.
It would be identical. Pac-Man's basically bricks as it is.
I guess, but everything's more fun with Legos.
I'd call it Redundant Man is what they would call it.
I totally love the Lego superheroes and Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Batman and Star Wars.
Yeah.
And they've got a new one I haven't played yet with dinosaurs. Lego dinosaurs. Lego Jurassic World. I totally want to play that.
Of course you do.
Because it's got Lego dinosaurs. I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs? And who doesn't like Legos? And who doesn't like very forgiving games? Because I'm not really surprised. I'm not really hardcore.
You'd be surprised how many people would call you a filthy casual.
I'm a filthy casual.
That's okay. Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I'm a casual gamer. I like my Roller Coaster Tycoon. I like my Sims. I like my Super Mario Brothers.
Damn you, Pinky. Damn you.
Lego respectful philosophical discourse? How does that work? I'm building a tower out of Plato, Socrates, Nietzsche, and Rene Descartes.
It's Nietzsche, not Nietzsche.
I'm an honest lady. Well, you lie, generally people figure it out sooner or later anyway.
Yeah.
Lego Everything Ever games. It's getting stale. Maybe. I mean, like, for the last few years, I haven't really had a game system hooked up that was really even capable of playing the Lego games. So I'm sure you could get overdosed on them, but I haven't personally. Transport Tycoon Deluxe? That sounds like fun. I do like in Roller Coaster Tycoon.
You like anything Tycoon.
Yeah. I really liked in Roller Coaster Tycoon building the little sky cars and monorails and riding them. I like games where you can, like with Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff, where you can like virtually ride the games, which is like the only way I enjoy roller coasters because I just don't like that falling sensation. I have not played Minecraft, only just I played it a tiny bit on my tablet. I think it's something that I would really like if I sat down and got into it because I like building things.
We went to Great America, and you were glad to have me with. Before we were a couple, we went with your sister. You were glad to have me with because I was your excuse not to have to go on a roller coaster because I didn't want to go. She talked you into it anyway. I don't know why you went.
No, that was with Becky when she talked me into going on roller coasters. Yeah, she talked me into going on.
I thought that was
the Viper or something. It's wooden.
Are you sure that wasn't your sister? Because I said, oh shit, I thought that was the same trip to Great America where your sister put ketchup all over her cheese fries.
That is the same trip where my sister talked me to putting ketchup all over my cheese. Where my sister put ketchup all over her cheese fries. But I don't remember her talking me into going on any roller coasters. I don't like falling sensations. I don't like those kind of things. Although I'm willing to overlook it on. It's not as bad on water slides and things. Like over at Noah's Ark and in the Dells, I'll go on most of that crap.
Stuff got me sick.
Well, yeah, Rich gets motion sick.
Really easy.
If I like management games, says Lone Charon, and thank you for dang hash.
Loner Archon?
What?
Loner Archon?
Loner Archon. If I like management games, City Skylines is a good city builder. That sounds like fun. Am I going to be a new regular to these streams? Possibly for the time being. I mean, right now I'm off of work this week and stuff, and I'm not gonna be working next week for a couple weeks. But when I'm back at work, I don't know what my schedule will be. Right now, it's nicely wide open, and I'm enjoying it.
There's a lot of unpacking to do too.
There's a lot of unpacking to do and arranging stuff and assembling desks. Rich has been very good about helping me assemble all of this particle board furniture. Well, have a good night, Doyle 871.
Assembling furniture is really kind of zen.
Assembling furniture is kind of like big Lego blocks, except they attach like a big erector set. Like a big erector set with poorly drilled and cut pieces. Did we buy a new house or something? No, I've moved up here permanently from Illinois into Wisconsin.
It's amazing.
I'm living with Rich now. I was living with my parents for a while in northern Illinois. Assembling IKEA furniture is like going to hell. Well, then the 9th level of hell is assembling Walmart's extra cheap bookshelves. Where's the nearest IKEA to Milwaukee? I'm not sure. There's one in Schaumburg, Illinois. That might be the closest. That's like the
that's
west
not close
suburbs.
At all.
No, it's not ridiculously far. I mean, I don't know. Is it probably like 60, 70 miles? Are we roomies? With benefits?
We're more than roomies.
We're fiancé, and we're what do you call it? What's the plural? Like fiancé and fiancé?
Fiançois? I don't know.
We're engaged. And thank you for the welcome. Don't forget to unpack the condoms. Who's he talking to? This is Karen. Hi, Rich's fiancé.
How do people not know these things by now?
I don't know.
It's not your first rodeo.
No, not my first rodeo, but it might be their first rodeo. Welcome to the land of Fergus Recorded Live.
Oz, where things always go smoothly. We never have problems.
They say we're living in sin. We're not living in sin. We're living in Wisconsin. Well, Wisconsin.
If you're talking strictly biblically, we would be considered married,
but my point is that Wisconsin ends in sin. Like the last 3 letters of Wisconsin are sin. Ba-ba-ba.
Dear. I'm serious, though.
Yeah, I know.
It's the earliest Bible shit. They didn't talk about marriage ceremonies. I don't think that's ever really been a thing until somewhat recently in the church, right?
I'm not entirely sure what a wedding looked like in, like, biblical Canaan or something. I really don't know.
You just found a girl you liked, and okay, you're together now.
Well, I think, like, you
can only fuck each other.
Negotiated with her father or something. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about wedding customs in Canaan in 3000 BC or something. Sorry. Living together like in the movie The Room, I don't think we're doing anything like in the movie The Room. The Room is just awful. Rich made me watch it, and it was like, I know like a lot of people think The Room is like great because it's so awful, but I just found it kind of
This is why Karen will never
torturous.
Be on Best of the Worst.
Yeah, I'd rather just watch a good movie instead of like enjoy watching how bad something is. I can handle a cheesy movie. I mean, I like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. What was Rich's dowry?
Like a popsicle?
A popsicle. It melted. Oh, hi, Mr. Glitch. Yeah, that's the person who said life's too short to watch The Item. I don't know what The Item is, but that's how I feel about The Room. Also, that guy, Tommy or whatever, he's just...
Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah. He's very convinced that he's sexy, and some people may find him sexy, but I'm not one of them. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It sounds awesome.
Kind of. It's kind of awesome.
I'd like to see somebody make a movie out of Fat Men from Outer Space. It's a kid's book where this kid realizes that there's an invasion of fat men because he's got a radio... He's picking up radio signals in his new filling.
Fat men specifically.
Well, they're fat men from space who came to, like, steal our donuts or something. I don't know. I read the book when I was, like, 8.
I find that highly insulting as a fat man. And I demand an apology and $20,000 is the only thing that will heal my emotional pain.
My marriage will not count as consummated unless I appear on Best of the Worst. Otherwise, Satan wins. You don't want Satan to win, do you? I don't know. He's been a very sympathetic character in some of the movies I've seen. I believe the biblical term would be concubinage. So many happy days to rich and his concubine. Thank you, TDAXP, and also the off switch. Dagesh says, you name the exact moment you realize electronic arts has become irredeemable shit.
4 years ago? 15 years ago?
20 years ago? A while ago. You know, what they did with The Sims was annoying when they did it with The Sims 1, but at least then they were, like, copying... See, the thing, like I got into The Sims, and it's like, I was downloading all kinds of user-created content, and a lot of it had, like, limited functionality because they'd, like, take a toaster and turn it into a dog, or something, because people were just trying to, skin some of the regular objects and just rename the menus and whatnot. And then EA would jump in and release various expansion packs that had some of the same items, and it was kind of a mixed bag. But then it's like they did the exact same thing with the exact same items in The Sims 2. It's like you already knew people wanted dogs and ceiling fans and pets, which are dogs. And they just did it again and again, and it just gets to be so formulaic. Like, I don't even know what they're going to do with this roller coaster thing. They're probably going to make it suck by just withholding everything. Yeah.
Hold the game! Just add DLC.
Yeah. Not TLC, DLC.
Damn it.
You tried to draw hair on Sims 1? That could be kind of weird. I used to like to play, there was a game called Dogs and Cats and Pets and stuff. And they got up to 5, and now you needed patches just to make it run on newer systems. But it's where you could have, like, virtual pets, which is fine, and they could go places and wear clothes, which is okay, but you could breed them. And I'd like to see them to revisit that, because the genetics in the game were really neat. Like, each puppy was different, and they had different markings and things, and they could, get the personality and the ability to train them and stuff. So that's what I want. Yeah, dogs, Nintendogs, but I want, like, Nintendogs with genetics where you can breed Nintendogs for fun. I've seen a lot of wacky user-created Sims stuff. Like, I remember people making, like, Sims in wheelchairs. I don't know if EA ever did Sims in wheelchairs. Puppy Farm Simulator?
Puppy Mill?
Puppy Mill Simulator? Well, yeah, but, I mean, it's a game. Nintendogs was fun.
Puppy Mills are not.
Puppy Mills are not, yeah. We've in my younger days, my parents brought some of the dogs with issues from being in puppy mills and poor breeding into our lives before we realized that, we should just adopt from a shelter. Or a responsible breeder. Clearly, Rusty's was not a responsible breeder. Wacky Cripple Pack for $19.99. Yes, I want a Wacky Cripple Pack. I want, the diversity of human life. I want a Sims world where,
you just want to torture crippled people, because I remember you playing The Sims. I know how you rolled.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if they could die from misery, and apparently they can. There's because it's only a game. I mean, listen, I am not a mean person, but yeah, I have, like, taken, like, The Sims and roller coaster, and it's like, well, what happens? Can you drown them?
Apparently
they can drown, and apparently the Sims can drown, and apparently you can make a whole bunch of Sims and drown them and make your own little cemetery in your yard, apparently. Whoops. The church down the street says it's a Pokestop. Somebody else says they did the same thing. They
Oh, I know that was common.
Oh, yeah, well.
I just want to play with the diversity of life by torturing it until it dies.
Oh, well. You ever played The Sims until you played as a serial killer who steals the neighbors inside the walls? I don't know if I've done it to the neighbors. I've done it to the residents. I'm just mean person to virtual people. Yeah, some of the time. Cemetery. Oh yeah, I definitely called it a cemetery. The pool was the quickest way to... You just build a pool and you invite the neighbors over for a pool party and you get rid of the ladders.
They've never done, like, Sim City Cemetery, have they?
They tipped just to see the Windows 10 pop up. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed.
Sim Cemetery. Why is that not a thing?
Sim Cemetery or Cemetery Manager? Because it would be like that one cemetery that was like in the suburbs of Chicago somewhere where they found out that they were like hiding all these bodies in a shed because it was cheaper than burying them properly.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
I'm sure it would be contentious.
That's the sim management game I want.
Sim Cemetery? Cemetery? Sim. Sim. Sometimes dead is better. How about, like, well, they did have, like, an Afterlife. What was that one game?
It's called Afterlife.
It's called Afterlife. It was like a sim game where you had to try to keep the damned cells unhappy, which kept them happy or something.
Yeah.
And the
angelic
souls happy, which kept them happy, and you like designed an afterlife situation for these people, and the descriptions were great. Like you could spend afterlife as like a cow and stuff, like in bliss. Have I tried the Grim Reaper? Have I tried killing the Grim Reaper? I haven't. Can you kill a Grim Reaper? I know you can like play rock scissors paper with them, and then you can kind of turn people into zombies if they drink the wrong potion, but I don't know. Sim Cemetery, where the children come back to life and cut your ankle tendon with a scalpel. Not sure.
They're talking about Pet Cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
Gage.
Yeah, little Gage. Got hit by a truck. They should have had him on a baby leash. Are there surgeon simulators? Yeah, there is. There's a game for the Nintendo DS where you can do operations.
What? They just spawned on top of me? That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's not nice.
That's horse shit.
The LucasArts Afterlife game? Yeah, that was it. It came out in like, I don't know, like 97 and 6, something. I don't know. Rich had it on his 46 or something.
You know, I've got a...
Copy of it?
No, a sim... I forget what they call it. Surgeon Simulator, I think?
Trauma Center. Yeah, that was the game for the DS. Yeah, I wish they would have like a sim House MD game, because I love like watching House and trying to like get the diagnosis right, because I kind of find pathology sort of fascinating, and I know details about too many diseases that fortunately I'm not a hypochondriac about, just because it's kind of fascinating. Not that I want anyone to have them. I mean, goodness knows most of them are terrible. But it's kind of fascinating the way the body can go right or wrong.
It's scary when you get the diagnosis on House before House does, about 50% of the time.
Or when I look at House and I'm like, that's completely ridiculous.
Shit.
You know, like somebody's got an ear infection and they're saying it's rhabdomyolysis or something. Oh, there is a House MD mobile. Oh, but it's awful. But you can be a dick to your patients and your staff. Well, that's a plus. And yeah, it's got to be lupus at some point.
It was in one episode.
Yeah, I know. It was lupus or sarcoidosis all the time. They were trying to think. Or rhabdomyolysis, because with CrossFit that was like everybody's favorite word. It's got a lot of syllables. I've got hacky drama disease. House was a great show. I haven't seen like the last few seasons of it, but Rich and I used to watch it all the time. We used to binge watch it. And it was great.
We haven't seen the last like season and a half.
Yeah. There's what, like 8 seasons? I think I've got like the first 6 on DVD.
7, I thought, but I just know we haven't seen whatever the number was. I know we haven't seen the last half.
Have I played Theme Hospital? I have not. You tell me about it. They said the finale kicked ass, and they said it got too dramatic. I wonder, you think, Rich, do you think, what's his face? Well, I don't want anybody to spoil it if hot, sexy hospital administrator lady ever got together with House permanently.
Probably not. House wouldn't end that happily.
Cuddy, that was her name. And Wilson, oh my God, they were so nasty to him. Theme Hospital, I'll have to look that up. That's a game, right?
Yes. Fucker. Path blocking motherfucker. Of course. Yep, of course. Breaking my strings.
Did we watch Monk with Choni Shalhoub? I haven't.
No.
There's a lot of things that I need to get into one of these days. Rich, did I ever make you watch The Black Donnellys?
Yes, it was good.
I really liked it, but it only ever made it one season. It would be awesome if one of the...
That was with Catherine Janeway. It was the mother.
Yeah. If Netflix or somebody would pick it up and resurrect it. Rich, what are your opinions on Heavy Metal, the animated movie?
All right, when I was a kid, it really freaked me out. And as an adult, I watched it again, and it was... God damn it!
Really? That intense?
No, it was so tame when I saw it as an adult. But when I was really young, I was like, wow, this is some hardcore shit. It's a cartoon with, like, sex and evil.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shows I've been meaning to get into, like Dexter and Monk. And I hear really good things about Game of Thrones. And we enjoyed Rome. I don't know if they're the same at all.
I still haven't seen the season 2 of Rome, and I should.
Oh, Rome is good. And what's the one that it ended a while ago where the guy's making drugs because he's got cancer and he needs some money? Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Broke my chain because of those fucking ghosts. I guess, fuck it. The more continuous pellets you eat without, like, a break, the higher the points get for them. You're trying to get up to 256.
I think it's an amusing design choice that the pellets are cubes, because of this resolution, they could easily be not cubes.
Well, all these things they're going with the full retro style of the characters and everything.
No, Dexter's Laboratory. No, like Dexter. Dexter's Laboratory is cute. And Danny Phantom, even if it has the worst theme song ever, I really like Danny Phantom. It's well done. Only the first half of Dexter is great. Yeah, a lot of things jump the shark sooner or later. Just watch seasons 1 and 4 and pretend that's all there ever was. Yeah, Deadwood was kind of cool from the ones I've seen, and I've heard great things about Mad Men. I like Weeds. I know that ended a long time ago. That was a good one. Rich and I were in The Office for a while. Rugrats. Rugrats is kind of great, and so is Fairly Odd Parents, even though it's directed at children, and Kim Possible. But especially Danny Phantom. I really like that. Oh, and
Kim Possible gets old really
you ever watch El
quick.
Tigre?
Yeah.
I liked El Tigre. I loved the design elements. It reminded me of that one game that Jack was playing the other day. The one that's got the same basic theme as Guacamelee, but it wasn't Guacamelee.
You should try Guacamelee.
Guacamelee sounds cute. I mean, if nothing else, for the game or title of the show. Have I watched regular show? Nope. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. I spend my time screwing around on the internet when I ought to be watching quality movies and television and playing video games. The only person you'll ever meet that says, I should really watch more television. Rich, did you like The Tick? Doesn't everybody like The Tick?
Yeah. Spoon!
Friends? No, I'm not a big fan of
I
Friends.
hate Friends. Ooh. Now I gotta get out. Get out in time.
Who's this girl that's talking? It's Karen.
It's Satan. It's
I am your conscience. I'm your conscience. Put your pants back up.
This is God.
This is God.
Remember Real Genius?
I see you touching yourself. Oh, I love Real Genius. I mean, seriously, who doesn't want to be like some kind of nerd with a bunch of nerd friends ice skating and blowing up houses with popcorn? Friends doesn't do it for me. A lot of the usual sitcoms don't. How do you know me?
You don't.
Oh, how does Rich know me? Where do we start?
I don't know, the beginning?
Went
to high school.
Harp music and chimes and weird swirly screen. Back in time. First time I met Rich, we both had the same gym class together, sophomore year. I only thing I really remember doing is playing pickleball with him, which was like table tennis on a badminton court. Whatever. And then we went to the same community college, and that's when we started hanging out.
Yeah. We had the same circle of friends in high school.
Yeah.
We never really had any classes together.
This is true. In high school, other than gym, we didn't have any classes together, but we had like the same overlapping circles of friends, and every morning all of us used to get together in the library and sit at the same table and, like before school started, and just chill out and talk and stuff. Pickleball, I have no idea who or what plays pickleball except for gym classes. It's from what I remember, it used ping pong paddles and small wiffle balls and a badminton net, which I guess, like the ball moves slower or something than tennis. I don't know. I've never heard of anybody playing pickleball outside of like Midwestern gym classes, although I suspect it probably exists in gym classes other places too. A ball with a jar of pickles in it. I don't know. I like pickles, and locker rooms tend to smell kind of like pickles, but yeah. Now I don't want pickles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a sport that exists only in high school. I agree. Like that other game we used to play, which used a volleyball net, like in elementary school, but the volleyball net had like holes through it, and they called it like space ball or something weird.
Which gym teacher was it that had actually played badminton in the Olympics?
That was Bruce Ponto. I don't know. Was it the Olympics?
I thought it was the Olympics.
I think he was just like a competitive. I don't know. It was Bruce Ponto.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he had some kind of connection of like high level badminton skills. He was an English teacher.
I know,
he's probably retired by now.
10 years after we graduated, we just ran into him at a store, and I was amazed that he remembered our names.
Did he? Was I with you?
Maybe you weren't.
Or was that Mr. O'Reilly?
No, that was.
Was that Ponto?
I think it was Ponto.
I've run into a number of teachers.
See, he did gym and like English,
I don't
bizarrely,
think they pronounce
right?
it. Oh, I don't know why they pronounce it badminton, because people, like Worcestershire sauce. People just drop stuff out of stuff because it's easier to say. Like people say kindergarten and not kindergarten. But yeah, it's badminton in the spelling. And yeah, I don't know what his levels are, Mr. Ponto, but I remember he was really into the badminton.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, he was really good, but I never saw him play. Somebody said, Rich, the good teachers remember their students.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't know about you.
How many students has he had over the years?
Has he had, and also like you always have certain teachers that you really click with and that you're really close to. And while I never had any negative issues with Mr. Ponto, he was not. I never really hung out with him after class, to ask him questions or something. I mean, it's not. There's certain students you can remember more than others, and I don't know that there's any particular reason why Mr. Ponto should have remembered me. It's not like, he was my coach on the badminton team or, I don't see any reason why either of us would have stood out to him in particular. Maybe he remembered your laugh, they said, Rich.
Maybe.
Maybe. But I don't know why he would remember me.
You fuckers.
Do I drink alcohol? Well, sometimes. Not today.
Oh no, I can't go out with you because I don't drink.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all over now.
Yeah. Rich laughed in school. I'm sure he laughed sometimes.
I doubt I had very many belly laughs in class.
I hope not. That could get disruptive. On our first date, did he make me French fries on the stove? I don't know that we really went into a first date kind of situation. We were just kind of friends first, and then it turned into something else.
They want to know about the burning my grandmother's house down incident.
Oh, yeah.
They want to know why you call me Chard.
I call him Chard because he charred the wall trying to make himself dinner in oil on the stove and then carrying the pan out flaming into the snow and kind of setting the wall on fire, and yay for homeowners insurance. And he was like, at the time, it's like his grandmother kind of liked to cook for him and stuff, and at that point in his life he was kind of had the cooking skills of an 8-year-old who would, was suddenly trying to fend for himself. He's gotten better. There was a time when he asked me when he was microwaving hot dogs, and he asked me if I wanted one, and I said, "Can you boil mine instead?" And he asked me how. And I'm like, well, the water needs to be hot, and the hot dog needs to be in the hot water, and really the order is not that important to me. I don't really care if you throw the hot dog in the water and then heat the water up, or if you heat the water up and then throw the hot dog in. Throwing the hot dog in second is probably preferable, but really, who cares? How do you make the water hot? Well, you put water in there and you turn on the fire. And
well, how hot is too hot?
If the water's boiling, that's fine. If the water's ice cold, that's not going to heat it up.
Thought I could slip in there.
Yeah, now he has the cooking skills of an 11-year-old. Exactly, and that's an improvement.
I don't appreciate this outright slander.
Aw. Is Rich cool about fire safety? Don't know. Rich, are you cool about fire safety?
Eh.
Do you like Smokey the Bear?
No.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Smokey the Bear is a jerk.
We're in the Midwest. It's way too wet for forest fires. Most of the time. Use the microwave. I'm a big fan of microwaves.
No, not if you're interested in quality.
It depends on what you're making. Some things are just fine in the microwave. Are we registered for the wedding at a fire station? That would be an awesome place to have a wedding. There's a beautiful fire station around here. But I think they probably want you to be like a fireman or a fireman's wife or something to have a wedding there. Like, what if they need to use fire trucks? They probably might. It's not like they can schedule when they're going to need them. If I want quality, you don't make hot dogs. Well, sure. Although, some of those Vienna beef hot dogs are pretty tasty.
Can't find those up here.
You can't find Vienna beef hot dogs up here? Well, there's always Polish sausage and good brats.
Actually, when you go to visit your mother, I think your job's going to be to pick up Vienna beef hot dogs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can do that. How am I going to keep them cold the whole way? Get like one of those styrofoam coolers or something?
Yeah, we'll need a styrofoam cooler filled with Vienna beef hot dogs.
I don't care.
And ice.
I can bring you back Vienna beef hot dog. Well, or ice, or like ice packs, or just like get a couple packs of, actually, you know what? I mean, hot dogs aren't that big. I can get one of those like can coolers, like, one of the small ones for like, that holds like 12 cans of pop or beer. And then, put a couple of bags of frozen peas or a couple ice packs in there and the hot dogs. They should be fine. I mean, it's only like an hour and a half drive or something. It's not massive. Do I live in Wisconsin now? I do. Oh, I live in Wisconsin. Well, maybe Wisconsin isn't known as much for its meat, but, it's got the cheese, and everybody likes cheese.
Everybody.
Pretty much. I mean, I guess, like, People with dairy allergies probably don't, or at least they can't have it. But, cheese is good. Vegans maybe not so much. But
Shit.
they do have vegan cheese, though. Order them off Amazon. They sell everything else. As far as I know, Amazon seems to sell mostly non-perishable grocery things. Although you can buy, 9,000 crickets, so those are kind of perishable. Wisconsin does have good brats. Wisconsin is known for its soul-crushing boredom. Well, so is Northern Illinois, by and large.
What, winter?
They said Wisconsin's known for soul-crushing boredom. I said, so is Northern Illinois. So are most places, unless you're rich and you can just,
Southern Illinois, there ain't jack shit.
That's true. Southern Illinois it's like Illinois' got a population of 13 million and 9 million of them live right in the Chicago area, and the rest of the state is pretty rural for the most part. Have you been to Mars Cheese Castle? Oh, heck yes. They've got more than cheese.
They've got more than cheese at the Cheese Castle.
I know. Whenever I hear that song, there's more than corn in Indiana at Indiana Beach, blah, 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 I think to myself, well, yeah, Indiana's got a lot of soybeans, too. But yeah, no, the Cheese Castle has a deli and a bakery and a little cafe area and a bar and a supermarket and a souvenir shop. It used to be there was a Cheese Castle, and then they built a bigger Cheese Castle that looks like a castle in their parking lot and put more stuff in it, and it's right off of the expressway. The Cheese Castle's great. Where were we here? Check out Jacob, who worked 7 years to earn Rachel as his bride, and Rachel's dad did the old switcheroo and gave Jacob the wrong bride. So Jacob worked another 7 years for the right daughter. Yeah, but didn't Jacob do that funky thing with the sheep? Where he dyed them by putting sticks in water. So, and plus the thing he did with Esau with his brother and the stew. So, everybody was double-crossing everybody in
He made them stare at sticks, which made their offspring come out brown or something weird.
Speckled or something. And then they have the sheep that are named after that.
Absolutely no sense.
And then they named the Jacob's sheep after them, which are spotted, but it's way more interesting that they can have up to 3 pairs of horns. Because they're they call it polycerate when they've got way too many horns. And let's see, who else? Question. Karen, can I recall the moment when Rich stole my heart? Well, certainly in the running is when we were watching Midnight Cowboy and we kissed.
Not until then? Oh my God.
I don't know. There's no one moment. If we're looking for the best hot dogs in Wisconsin, says Only Child, check out his tip, Knopp's Meat Market in Strangeville. It's up near Green Bay. That's a long way, but if we're up near Green Bay, definitely think about it. One of these days we got to go up to Door County. Heck, we're halfway there, and I haven't been there in years. Door County's really nice.
Technically, it wasn't during Midnight Cowboy, It was after Midnight Cowboy.
After Midnight Cowboy, yeah.
Do you know what we were watching? You have to remember.
Midnight Cowboy and something else.
Yeah, what did we watch right after Midnight Cowboy? Because Midnight Cowboy was before I Dared to Kiss You.
I can't remember. I'll know it if you tell me.
It was the Moriarty episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
We are such nerds.
Will he shatter? Nope, he won't.
Midnight Cowboy is a great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. It's about a country boy from Texas who wants to make a living as a stud. It's like a male prostitute for women in New York, and he really doesn't make it financially, and he ends up living with Dustin Hoffman, who's a handicapped bum. And it's just a cute little story about their friendship and his efforts to become a stud in the big city. It's a cute movie. Yeah, John Voight and Dustin Hoffman, that's the one.
Yes, he endeavors to be a male prostitute who sleeps with women.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm walking here. Yeah, Ratso Rizzo. And Hansel and Gretel and that weird party with the weird music. I picked up the soundtrack just because I love that one weird song that's playing when they're at the party.
Who the rat Muppet is named after? Ratso?
The Muppet is named after him?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I never thought about it.
Well, he has to be. I didn't hear that stated for a fact, but I mean, what else is he named after, you know? I mean,
I just never thought about it, and I don't really think about the rat from the Muppets that much, which is odd because I like rats and mice. They're cute. And small furry things in general. Oh, it's Rizzo the rat. Oh, yeah, I think he is Rizzo the rat.
Yeah, Ratso Rizzo. Rizzo.
The Muppet is named Rizzo. You thought you were saying his name was
Ratso Rizzo is the character's name.
Oh,
I said it wrong. I said it wrong. He's still named after him.
Yeah, he probably is.
Rizzo Ratso. Son of a bitch. Wow.
Midnight Cowboys was the only X-rated movie to win an Oscar. It
was X-rated?
Yeah, I mean...
It's a tame X-rated.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, maybe they show them having sex, but I'm not sure they even show their genitals. Maybe they show... I mean, there might be a little bit of nudity, but... I mean, the movie's kind of raw because it shows, poverty and what it means to be, jobless and screwed up in New York, but not really... It's not a huge amount of swearing or sex or drugs going on. Before modern ratings were standardized? Maybe. Because it was 1969 and the controversial themes, I guess, poverty, prostitution, male friendship, I don't know. I mean, there's never any implication that they were more than friends.
Bromance.
Yeah, bromance.
Oh, dear.
Something. And friendship.
Yeah.
Porn with a depressing story. Well, I mean, I think the idea of porn is usually to titillate, and I don't know the Midnight Cowboy is titillating.
No.
It would be R-rated if re-released today. A sad hand job. I think if the movie was R-rated at all, it could easily be made not R-rated with minimal effort. Oh yeah, the nerdy gay guy gets void off of the cinema. There is that theme in there.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I believe there's a... Oh, and there's also that weird guy with the Bible and stuff in the hotel room. So yeah, I guess there's some stuff in there. Can I say titillate again? Yes.
Oh boy. Cut that one fucking close.
X rating wasn't only for porn. R didn't exist back then. Now R is like you can only get in with your parents, and X is like you can't get in at all. Or is there a difference between X and NC-17?
No. X is basically made up by the porn industry.
Okay.
At this point, it's not an official. Nothing is officially rated X.
Okay. They want to see you guys play a game of Cards Against Humanity. I do too.
No, it sounds like apples to apples.
It's not apples to apples.
Yeah? All right.
It's not apples to apples because the cards are all kind of potentially contentious things.
Apples to apples is just the worst.
It's cute.
It's the worst.
I like it.
It's contemptible.
Depends on whom you're playing it with. With whom you're playing it. Whatever. It's apples to apples for perverts. Exactly.
It's cronyism the game. That's what apples to apples is.
Well, apples to apples notwithstanding, Cards Against Humanity.
Way too much subjectivity.
Just play Cards Against Humanity, or at least look it up. Forget about apples to apples. Am I good at checkers too? And not particularly, I don't think. I'm good, honestly, at unwinding with casual games that don't actually require that much of my brain power, just to relax.
Why didn't the mini Pac-Man kill him?
I like Bejeweled and Roller Coaster Tycoon and just kind of chilling out and make things easy for myself with games. I mean, if I want to challenge myself, I'll draw something or use different parts of my brain, but admittedly, games, I just like just chilling out and having fun.
I don't know about the mini Pac-Man power. It's kind of lame.
Just makes him smaller? Is he, like, invincible or something?
It sends out 3 mini Pac-Man that kill ghosts. Just 3...
Like doppel packs.
They don't always go the way I need them to go.
Well, that wouldn't be doppel. What's doppel is double. What's triple Dapper. In German?
No. Broke my streak because I had
Bookworm. Oh my God, Bookworm, and yeah, I do like to. What do I like to draw? Stuff. Oh, Bookworm is great. Bookworm Adventures. We've played that on.
You're good at either one.
I love Bookworm. You have a grid of letters, and you try to make words out of them. And if you make good words out of them, then your character creates damage to the little characters, like a role-playing game, and it's fun. Have I seen Space Cop? I have not. I wanted to wait until I got up here to see it with him.
Oh, God.
Where
I hate watching myself on camera so much. I do it for you.
Somebody got their first job? Congratulations. Maybe a cart attendant at Target. Just be careful out there. Drivers are idiots. I'm engaged to a movie star. You know, I posted a picture of us recently, of us bicycling, and somebody said, "That's Rich Evans from RLM," and I thought he was mine first. I've known him longer, and there was an RLM.
Are they like one of your friends on Facebook who doesn't know that
I think occasionally, like, friends on Facebook are like, "That's Rich Evans from RLM," and I don't think they realize that. To me, he's not Rich Evans from RLM because I knew him before there was an RLM. It's not like, I mean, some people, I think they might think that, it's like, you're going out with him because he's Rich Evans from RLM or something. And it's like, Rich and I have been together a very long time. Yeah, be the best employee you can be. Be the best cart pusher you can be. Don't be like our friend who got himself hired as like a Christmas help cashier.
This is the most pathetic jerk
somewhere,
ever.
And then he decided he wanted to do something else. So he thought that if he did a bad job at that, they would put him in the position he wanted.
I refuse to call him friend either.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Be a great cart pusher and make it obvious that you want to, if you do want to do something else, make it obvious that you want to do something else, You're a great cart pusher. How can we keep you happy? Well, I'd really like to be a stock boy or whatever.
No, we knew somebody.
Oh, yeah.
How old was he at the time?
I mean, I started out when my first job in a largish company was as a bagger.
How old was Paul at the time?
Paul was probably about 25.
How many jobs had he had?
Like 2.
Well, how long has it been since he had a job?
Like 10 years or something.
10 years? He hadn't had a job in 10 years?
I don't know.
Living with his father.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to help this guy out. We kept encouraging him to get a job. He finally got a job, holiday help at Value City.
Which isn't even around anymore.
And he didn't like the job they had him doing. They had him pushing carts. So his strategy to not push carts was to do as bad a job as he could so they would have him do something else.
And what happened?
Oh, during the holiday...
Right before Christmas. During
the holiday rush.
When they want anybody with a frickin' pulse...
They fired his ass.
Because he was that bad. You gotta be bad. I mean, yeah, they'll fire you the day after Christmas, but shit, you really have to be doing bad for them to replace you out of your entry-level job at, a department store like 2 days before Christmas. You gotta be bad to be worthless to a store right then and there.
Basically, he was somebody from Karen's church that no one at the church really liked, and they're a nice church.
They're nice people. They're patient people.
She kind of just took pity on him, kind of, became his friend.
Yeah, well, we bonded over 60s music. I mean, we both like 60s rock and stuff and other kinds of music.
Yeah, and then he asked you if you wanted to be friends with benefits.
Yeah, no, and he knew Rich, and he knew we were a couple, and no, I don't want to. So that's when we kind of cut ties.
What a creepy.
He was like trying to break Rich and I up. And as far as somebody asking up there, am I jealous of RLM? No, I've always encouraged Rich. I mean, Rich is a shy person. I've always encouraged him to do stuff with his friends and to have activities and stuff. I want Rich to have a full and diverse existence. I don't want him to just hang out with me all day.
I think she's mostly just confused by it.
I don't understand all of it, and I'm out of the loop on a lot of it, but I certainly have nothing against it. I think it's great that Rich has been able to do something that he likes instead of, just doing stuff simply out of the need to support himself. He's able to support himself with something he enjoys, which is great.
It's rare is what it is.
It's rare, yeah. I mean, I never hear him say, "Oh God, I gotta go to work. I hate that office." Rich is a self-actualized man. Are you a self-actualized man? Can you see my drawings sometime? I'm sure I could show a picture of one of them. I'm certainly not God's gift to art or anything like that. I like to do a lot of stuff on my tablet, digital stuff. Like digital portraits and things. And I'm like extra proud of myself when Facebook tries to recognize them as actual faces. I'm like, yes, my proportions are right. They think this is somebody.
You suppose there's an early version of Facebook's Face Finder that used to flag light sockets?
As soon as you said that, I'm thinking, flag what? Light sockets? Because American light sockets look like horrified faces. They do. Not all. I mean, that's just the American ones. Some of the other ones don't look like horrified faces. Horrified faces that you stick prongs into their eyes and their mouth. So I mean, somebody's gonna stick prongs in your eyes. No wonder you're horrified. Do I draw Rich like my French girls? I have. I'm not showing you those. I've drawn him sleeping. He's sweet. I haven't drawn him anatomically like French girls. Outlets. Yeah, Rich was saying that if Facebook's face algorithm was in its infancy, would it recognize electrical outlets as faces because they look like faces?
Yeah.
As long as you stay away from gorilla suits in cold warehouses. I think gorilla suits in hot warehouses are probably a bigger problem. Those things are hot. Requesting drawings of Rich sleeping. Sometime I'll zoom in with the computer thing and I'll show you the one picture I did of him sleeping.
Aw. Aw. Oh God, this is not easy. Damn you, Blinky!
Icky, blinky, 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 blinky.
Damn fine run, though. I'll tell you that much.
Icky, blinky, pinky, Clyde.
Icky, blinky, pinky, and
Sue.
Clyde. Sometimes Sue.
Who could tell? I mean, they're not really anatomically. I mean, maybe under their ghost skirts.
In Miss Pac-Man, Clyde was called Sue.
Yeah. See, I would have thought Pinky. They would have just said Pinky's a girl because Pinky's pink.
That would have been too easy. That would have been sexist. Oh, the pink one's the girl. I get it.
Okay, where was I? Going up, going up, going up. I know you're not big on the Bible, but you should read Ezekiel. Highlights: 3-headed monsters and a gemstone gyrocopter. Maybe. Kind of more of an Ecclesiastes person. All his vanity and chasing after the wind. You know, in the phrase "there's nothing new under the sun" said by somebody like, I don't know, 4,000 years ago or something. And really, you know, humanity hasn't changed. People are people. People have always been people. Technology certainly has. There's the hot dog guy. And only child. Got another Wisconsin food tip for you. When you get up to Door County, check out the Viking Grill in Ellison Bay. Best whitefish chowder ever. I don't know, we went somewhere. I went there with my friend once years ago, and to Door County, and we had some place where they were boiling whitefish in oil, and it was and onions, Vidalia onions or something, and it was just extraordinary. It was delicious, except the fish did have a lot of bones. Door County is like a really nice little touristy trap kind of an area. And we went to this one gas station in Sister Bay, and they had these old pumps from like the 50s or 60s with like mechanical dials and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And they're like, yeah, we're getting new ones in 2 weeks. And I'm like, why? These are awesome. I don't know how to use them, and show me how, but it's awesome that you've got like the gas pumps that time forgot. Yeah, Door County fish broils. Oh, yeah. They're so fun. So much fun. Rich, did you ever own a Dreamcast? He certainly did. We played, I used it to play, what was that game? The choo, choo, up, 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 down, choo, choo, Space Channel 5.
Space Channel 5. I'm a big fan of Power Stone. Power Stone 1, I like a lot more than 2.
And you played, what was the one, the skateboarding game?
Jet Grind Radio.
Yeah. Jet Grind Radio! And, the Crazy Taxi games. Yeah. Which are so much fun.
I had one, but I gave it to my pseudo-niece for Christmas.
Yeah. To his brother's...
My brother is living with a woman who has a child.
Yeah. I don't know if they're
she's adorable.
Engaged or what their status is, but nice woman, nice little girl.
Yeah.
And Rich gave the little girl the Dreamcast. So she's... If they get married, then that would be his niece officially, but she's just his pseudo-niece.
Right. Pseudo-niece-in-law?
Yeah. Whatever she is, she's a very nice child.
Yeah.
Step-niece? I don't know, would that be? I mean, like, because people are like uncles by marriage. Well, yeah, that's true, but that's not her... Yeah, it would be like her stepfather, so you'd be the step-uncle? Whatever, she's a lovely kid, and we weren't really using it too much, and she got some use out of it. And
she was enjoying Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, she was enjoying Crazy Taxi, and Crazy Taxi is a lovely game for children, because, I mean, really, you run out of time, but you just restart the time. You bounce off walls. It's a fun game. How come there's no green in this game? There's no, like, green ghost or anything.
I don't know. I'm trying not to die!
Yeah, try not to die. And there's, like, a light blue ghost, but then they turn dark blue?
Yeah.
And they all turn the same color when they go.
Blue, red, orange, pink. And then they turn dark blue, and they lose their pupils. And they get a little jaggy mouth when you eat the power pellet. And then in this, there's a gray one.
And they're ghosts, so are they dead, or have they come back to life, or are they zombie ghosts, or are they high?
They're ghost monsters. I don't know what that means. I don't know how that's different from a regular old ghost. But they are ghost monsters. So maybe they're dead monsters.
Copyright Slimer. Hey, that would be interesting. If they had a version of this where they were like Slimer and different Ghostbusters things, and you were like a Ghostbusters person chasing them.
Oh, dear.
No?
Oh, dear.
The green is too close to looking blue. I'm just wondering why they went with... Oh, yeah, I guess it would be.
To what?
The green is too close in color to blue.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, the orange and red, like, Or if some of these colors are problems for colorblind people.
In this one, there are green ones.
Rich, does Bustin' make you feel good? Bustin' makes me feel good. They want to know if Best of the Worst is usually shot in 1 day or 2.
1 day.
One day.
1 day.
1 day? Okay.
Couple times.
Good night, Captain Jerk.
A couple times it's been 2. But...
Is Rich as good with kids as Mike claims he is? Rich is excellent with kids. And puppies and...
Dogs love me.
Oh my God, my dog. Like, he came to get me a couple days ago. I was down there and in Chicago area. And I left the door ajar, and my dog, who's this big, hairy, people mistake him for a Newfoundland, just this big, hairy Collie Cross oaf. I've never seen him up on the bed before. I mean, he's just not terribly athletic. He's a big, fat, giant dog. But he saw Rich, and Rich was sitting on the bed with his head against the headboard, like his back against the headboard, and this dog just leapt up out of the bed and went crazy. He loves... All dogs love Rich. All little kids love Rich. He does the cup of he'll do the cup of coffee thing.
Cup of coffee.
He'll say that at little kids, and they'll just look and they'll be like cuppa, and they're fascinated. Yeah, he's great with kids and dogs and cats probably.
You know why they're asking that, right?
Well, they said his Mike claims you're good with.
You know why they're really asking that, right?
Because they're getting at us having kids? We should have kids?
Yeah.
I think he'd be a great dad. Knopp's Market in Strangeville. That's where I did that. Dark County. Okay. Those were tips from Anonymous and Only Child. And I don't know if all the Anonymouses are the same Anonymouses. But Thank you. Either way. Thank you. Who couldn't love Rich? Really? Seriously. Rich loved by all beings.
Whoever was
Plants
mad about
hate his guts. No.
Whoever was mad about our Ghostbusters review.
Cows hate him because he eats
too much cheese. I know they were donating.
This is the night Rich's kid was conceived. Where am I from? I'm from the Chicago area. It's that little south of Chicago. I've been told that my voice makes me sound like I'm from Minnesota, but whatever vocal quirks there are, they're just mine. There's no Minnesotans in my family that I know of. Karen, tell Rich Max Landis has accepted the invite. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah. I don't recall specifically the thing to which you reference.
No, me either. No one who's actually heard Minnesota thinks that. There may be some Minnesotans out in some parts of Minnesota that have Minnesota accents. Not Aurora specifically, but you're in the right neck of the woods. That's not that, well, it's not that close, but yeah, south. Aurora's west, but I've met people from Twin Cities, and they don't sound any different to me. Like, people from Milwaukee, to me, don't sound any different than people from Chicago. I mean, a lot of people think people from Chicago have the Bears, but
no one talks like that.
Yeah,
there's like 5 people in Chicago that actually talk like that.
That's a neighborhood in the south side of the city proper that long ago changed over from Polish, and Irish people to like Mexican and African American people. So that accent has been dispersed to the 4 winds.
Nope, I waited too long.
Try being from Boston. Yeah, Boston.
What a horrible accent.
I remember.
I'm going to insult all of our Boston fans and say that is just a horrible, horrible accent.
I remember watching, like, my dad was all into...
And you should be ashamed, not because of your accent, but just because of Dane Cook.
Yeah, Dane Cook sucks. But my dad used to watch This Old House all the time when I was a kid, and it's not as pronounced now, but Norm used to have a insane Boston accent. Would I say Wisconsin doesn't have a Milwaukee accent? Well, our friend Mort and his wife, Kalina, that we're getting lunch with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. His wife is from somewhere out in western Wisconsin, and she definitely has what I would consider an accent. It's not the same as Chicago and Milwaukee. I think maybe Chicago and Milwaukee have similar accents because they've got so much of a German influence. And also, I mean, I think a lot of Milwaukeeans are transplants from the Chicago area and probably vice versa. They're just close physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad loved watching This Old House, but I don't think he ever learned anything from it. I mean, God bless him. My dad is
intellectually interesting.
God bless him. My dad is not the best, not the most handiest person. I learned many years ago when after attempts to get him to put batteries and things, and him going, I don't know, I think it's broke, and me looking at him going, oh yeah, okay, this is how the batteries go in. That my dad's not very mechanically inclined. He was a computer programmer. That's his thing.
I love you, but your dad is like a less animated block of wood.
You know, he talks to me. He's shy. He's quiet. He's a man of few words.
Few?
If you engage him, he'll talk, but he's a quiet, very...
He'll tell some joke, which is so weird you couldn't ever possibly get it.
Yeah, I don't think my father ever grasped the idea that if you tell a joke, other people are supposed to understand the joke. They're supposed to be able to follow the logic. And now, having lived with him for good chunks of my life, I often can tell where he got it from. Like, oh, it's something that was on TV 10 minutes ago. But, yeah.
I don't know what was on TV 10 minutes ago if I'm watching your Facebook post.
Yeah.
Reading,
Actually, on Facebook, he's gotten a little bit better at not everything not being a complete non sequitur. He started to grasp the concept that people are supposed to be able to follow your train of thought at some point.
His Facebook responses are the weirdest things.
The clock on the VCR always does blink 12. And my parents, in fact, have multiple VCRs. I've tried to convince my mother that she should get a DVR, and she wants nothing of it. She's got a TV with an attached VCR, and yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't think my dad understands jokes are supposed to be funny. But he's a nice, kind-hearted man. Means no harm to anyone. We'll quietly sit in the corner in any social situation and just be like wallpaper, but that's him. He's harmless. My dad is playing it for him. My dad's not playing it.
No.
Somebody said this is a good roller coaster game. Isn't it, though?
Yeah, I never changed the title. Deal with it. Fucking deal with it. Because I don't feel like changing it right now. I'm in the middle of what I'm doing, and I just got eaten by a ghost.
Maybe it doesn't read 12. The one downstairs does. I don't know. I guess my mother does know how to program her VCR well enough to record. She's into that court TV stuff. She
was like a pig in shit when the OJ trial was going on.
Yeah, she was like totally obsessed with the OJ trial, and the woman who maybe drowned her kid in the pool or whatever, and the woman who stabbed her boyfriend 80 million times, and the one who was trying to escape to Mexico. I can't get all these people straight, but she likes that kind of stuff. My father hasn't killed any prostitutes. No, I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Nor I don't know if he's seen The Phantom Menace. He likes to watch a lot of all ages films, and some. It's funny that he's a big fan of both Paulie and Paul, which are two totally different movies. This continued use of VCR is a Midwestern thing. I think it's a senior citizen parents thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a landline and a VCR, and
it's what they understand, and they're afraid to adapt.
Yeah. My mother doesn't even get the internet. I've tried to show her.
And she's a bright woman. She could get the internet easily.
She really is not dumb. My father has adapted to the internet. He likes to go on Facebook.
You totally get your brains from your mother.
Dad's not dumb, but yeah.
I know. I'm picking on your dad a lot tonight.
I get my common sense from my mother, Shirley. Love you, Dad.
Oh, I thought I still had the laser active.
Yeah, we built one crazy roller coaster that looks like Pac-Man. Actually, this is how we pixel edited the Titanic slide. We turned it into a playable Pac-Man. Do they have one of those giant console TVs? No, they finally got rid of their giant console TV a while back. They're actually my mother likes to buy technology if it's the kind of technology that you can pull out of the box and turn on. Like, she likes TV.
I had to go over to her mother's house once to do some TV tech support. I had to hit the input button on the remote.
Yeah. But, at some point she upgraded from cassettes to CDs, and she's got a DVD player that she uses to watch DVDs, if not to record with. She's got a nice little tablet that I tried to teach her how to use. Tried to drag her kicking and screaming.
She doesn't want to learn. She's afraid of it.
Yeah. Although it's not the end of the world, because I'm not sure that I want to be on Facebook with my mom all the time. Because, I'll say stuff on Facebook, and then my cousin will comment about it to her, and then she's like, I'll put something about work or something, like something funny, and she's like, "Are you having problems at work?" And it's like, "No." "Well, your cousin said." Like, oh, Lord, help. One time Dad needed help because the TV was broken. It turned out he didn't turn it on. No joke. I've heard about people just not plugging stuff in. Basement full of punch cards. Yeah, my dad was like punch card era. Like COBOL and stuff.
I have never stolen cable. But, do you remember at our old place?
Yeah, when we moved into our first apartment together, cable was up and running, and we never really told them it wasn't. It was. We never volunteered. Excuse me, could you come in and shut our cable off, or can you come and start charging us? We're pretty sure it wasn't included.
The previous owners had done something,
and we had it for like 5 years. And right now we just legitimately do not have cable. It's not that we're cord cutters exactly, because there was no cord to cut. I mean, we've got Netflix, we've got Amazon Prime, we've got Curiosity Stream, we've got the free YouTube. How much watching stuff do you need? Yes, it's arguably stealing cable, but it's...
Fuck.
Whatever. It's negligently allowing cable to still be there. Somebody else stole it, we just didn't give it back.
Yeah.
That said, we're not big cable heads or anything one way or the other. Yeah, someone might have been paying for it. It's possible the previous owner never canceled it. I have no idea. Do people under 30 still use cable? If their parents have it.
That's an excellent response, friend.
I got Rich Evans in real life, comedy show 24/7. Rich does make me laugh, and I try to make him laugh once in a while too, and we do silly stuff. Like, we had a piece of bread one time. He bought this piece of bread from the grocery store because it was ridiculously misshapen. It looked like handlebars. So I picked it up, and I started singing Bicycle Built for Two, and we were like skipping around the living room on an imaginary bicycle built for two, steering this piece of bread like handlebars. We like the silly. Well, our apartment complex comes with free internet. So
yeah.
And we both
that's
have,
legit. That's it's in the lease.
Yeah, it's legitimately in the lease. And so we've got, broadband internet. And then we've both got cell phones. We don't have a landline. So it's, sometimes, it's like one more piece of a package deal, but for us, that's not really true. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford the carriage. Nah, it's going to be a low-key marriage. It's going to be a chilled-out marriage. I ain't doing all that bridezilla stressed out. I mean, if that's your thing, if you want the fairy tale win, by all means, go for it. But I'm a tomboy. I'm not going through all that goofy dress-up stuff. I'm going to be me.
Ah!
I'll get myself some kind of cute, colorful hippie dress or something. What kind of internet we've got? I don't know.
Lousy. But it's free.
Yeah, lousy but free.
That's why I can't stream from home.
Yeah.
I'd be doing this from home right now if I could.
Len says he hasn't been in a relationship for 37 years. Well, if you want to be in a relationship, I hope you get in one soon. If you are happy being single for 57 years, then, go for it.
He's cord cutting.
That kind of cord?
Relationship cord.
Relationship cord? Ball and chain cutting?
Yeah, ball and chain cutting.
Am I your ball and chain?
Yeah.
What kind of chain am I?
Pink.
Like rose gold? I definitely want like a girly skull on my ball. If I'm your ball.
The ball is definitely a skull with a pink bow on it.
Yeah, it has to.
And then the chain is polka dot.
Okay.
Polka dot ribbon.
There we go. Yeah, that's me. Hal's brain is going. It's supposed to be tragic, but they could just reboot him later. But would he be the same Hal? It's like, the argument about whether you'd be the same you if somebody put you through a transporter, and would anybody else be able to tell?
Yep.
Hal has to be conscious as his brain is going. It's horrific. Well, so is dementia. At least Hal's managed to go fast.
Who managed to go fast?
Hal 9000 when they, when he's going. Because I know where they're going with that because of Daisy, Daisy.
Yeah. But who went fast?
Hal
was slow, I thought. It was...
Well, Hal... No, I mean, like his...
Oh, it was compared to dementia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Hal, they shut Hal down in, minutes or hours. And, humans...
Because it was a...
mental deterioration takes
It was a process of minutes while his brain was being shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm saying is, better than what really happens to lots of us real humans. I mean, fortunately, my brain's good so far, but who knows in the future? I mean, like, we say, like, half of people over, like, 85 or something. So hopefully they, hopefully they have that stuff cured by the time I'm that age.
What do we got?
He wasn't exactly the same. He wasn't murderous. Well, was the problem that Hal was murderous? Was the problem with Hal, or was the problem with Waves programmed and conflicts in his programming and what's going on? His conflicting orders, exactly. Why does it say we're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon? Because we were, but it was having technical difficulties. You got to go to the bathroom?
Nope, I almost died like 8 times.
No 9000 series computer has ever made a mistake. I remember in like 95 or so, they had like an issue, like it was on the cover of like Discover or something, where like Hal's birthday, like when Hal, like they were celebrating when Hal was born, according to the movie.
Yeah.
Of course, computers were nowhere near there. Nowhere, and still are nowhere near Hal. Although I always thought it was really cool that Arthur C. Clarke lived to see 2001. Because he was, not a kid when he wrote those books. What are we talking about? We're talking about, I think, Hal 9000.
Talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Was it January 97? It was, yeah, somewhere in the 90s, I remember.
No! That was a great run!
The only way he could logically keep his orders was to murder the crew. Possibly. What are you doing, Dave?
What are you doing?
But it's okay, because, like, Dave gets sucked into, like, Jupiter or something. And the other guy, they revive him in 3001. And he gets to be in 3001 where, like, velociraptors are gardeners and all kinds of cool shit.
His fate is, the other one's fate is just, question marks.
No, he comes back in 3001, though. They fix him.
The Star Baby guy?
No, the guy...
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Star Baby guy.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what happens with the Star Baby overall. Star Child.
Whatever. Same fucking thing. I don't want to be no fucking Star
Sucked in the monolith where they've got, like, awesome kind of 60s / Victorian decor.
Is 2001 your favorite Arthur C. Clarke work?
I think 2010 was.
God damn it!
It has been... I read the first 3 books when I was in junior high. It has been a long time.
He did a third one too, right?
No, he did 4 of them. There was 2001, 2010, which were out before I was around, I think. And then 2061 or 64 or whatever it was. I remember reading that. I'm not sure when it came out, but I remember reading that when I was in about 8th grade. Mm-hmm. And then 3001 came out, maybe early to mid-90s. Trying to remember. I think I had jury duty when I was down there when I bought that at a bookstore in the Loop.
I remember you had jury duty. Yeah. The judge, didn't the judge take you to the side and say you were really smart?
No, one of the other people. Really it was a traffic case, and basically it revolved around a woman it was 2 insurance companies suing each other. But the problem was that a woman had failed to keep yielding at the yield sign. She allegedly stopped, but she apparently wasn't stopped when somebody sideswiped her, and she had the sign that she had to yield.
Yeah.
And so we were arguing about this, like, the jurors were arguing about this forever, and this one guy, he's like, but she got hurt. And I'm thinking, well, it's terrible she got hurt, but that's kind of got nothing to do with whether or not she,
was at fault, right?
Whether or not she was at fault. And she's like, he was like, well, they're both at fault. And so finally I came up with the solution that worked for everybody. The idea, the judge did something about judging whether or not this guy was more than 50% at fault. So I told my fellow juror, who's sympathetic to the woman who was injured, who kind of was at fault, in my opinion, for the accident, I said, well, let's just say, for argument's sake for a minute, that they're both equally at fault. Can we agree that he isn't more at fault than she is?
Yeah.
And so he agreed with that after we'd already been sent back to deliberate some more because we couldn't agree the first time. And he was willing to agree with that, and so that was what we said. And that was what we could all agree on.
Mm-hmm.
That they may both have played a role in this accident, but that the accident wasn't more the fault of the guy who hit the woman who failed to yield.
Yeah.
And one of the other jurors said that I was, quote, the smartest 24-year-old he'd ever met or something. I don't know. Obviously, this was a long time ago. I was flattered. I also had a pounding headache because they got us food, and that was when I was vegetarian, and they got me a salad. But, I mean, we had donuts for breakfast, but then, like, for 10 hours, all I had was literally, like, lettuce and tomato. It's like, all this stress and people talking loud and no food for 10 hours. So I got out of there and I freaking ate. With some of my wonderful funds. Because I think at the time it was like $7 to get there and back more now from my suburb to the Loop. And then it was like they gave us like $17.40 a day. So it's like, and the other $10 I'm hitting McDonald's and getting myself some food because I haven't eaten all day. The judge cut the baby in half so he could each raise 50% of it. That was what, Solomon?
Yeah.
What's our favorite movie that is the oldest in its year of release? I know we're both big fans of The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Mostly you, but yeah, I'm fond of it. Flight of the Phoenix.
Is that older than the Day the Earth Stood Still?
No, but I'm a lot more fond of Flight of the Phoenix than I am.
Yeah, the original old Flight of the Phoenix is fantastic. Are you a fan of Arsenic and Old Lace?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I don't love it.
We both thought Metropolis was fun, but I don't know that it's a favorite.
Never will be. God damn it!
The problem with jury duty isn't when you end up on a jury. The problem with jury duty is when you sit there all freaking day and never get picked. Or, like, if you get sequestered on the OJ trial or something, but...
That's probably worse. Let's be honest.
Of course, you get a book deal there. I didn't get a book deal for some woman failing to yield at the yield sign, or some guy failing to look for people failing to yield at the yield sign enough for people yielding and then going, or whatever the heck these people did.
What if it one of the Kardashians?
Well, yeah.
Kim
maybe.
Kardashian failed to yield.
I'm
Mowed
sure.
down a pedestrian.
Ooh. Yeah, nobody died in this. I think the woman, like, hurt her knee or something. I don't know how bad. Nobody died. This wasn't that kind of a case. Wizard of Oz and Casablanca. Wizard of Oz is certainly fun, but I don't know it's one of my favorite movies.
No. I don't even especially like it, honestly.
I like watching it with Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon going. People are right. That is an interesting combination. But like his background stuff.
That's one of those things.
I mean, I've seen that movie.
You did it, but
well, to be fair, you know, one of the radio stations in Chicago did a really nice like mix of
The Drive, wasn't it?
Yeah, The Drive did a mix of like audio from The Wizard of Oz and audio from Dark Side of the Moon, and it was fantastic. It's like The Dark Side of Oz or something.
What's that show called? Wasn't that what's his face?
Oh, was that one they had at night?
I think so, but I could be wrong.
They had a show for a while on like, I think it was like CD 94.7, which isn't around anymore, where they would, every night they would play, it's like a night show, and every night they would play an album, a full album, uninterrupted, a different one. And I used to record those off my radio a lot. I mean, Rich and I are from before the land of, you know, streaming. Like now I just have Google Play, and I get pretty much everything I want, and I don't have to worry about recording anything or buying anything, and yippee, it's fun. But I come from the time before that.
You gotta get the 256. I got the 251 before running out of power pellets.
You've been playing this the whole time, one game?
No, not this one. I've died many times.
Okay.
But that particular run was really close.
You miss FM stations that weren't... I miss FM stations that weren't all identical in every market. It's like no matter where you go now. Like when I was a kid, I got into like with country music, but it was like older country music, so I actually liked it. Some of the new country I'm not so crazy about. Or at least the stuff on the radio.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff that they don't play on the radio, but...
Can't break my heart, my achy breaky heart.
Well, yeah, that's like retro now, but...
I used to drive you nuts.
Yeah, I hate that song. But anyway, and now it's like, when you hear Cyrus, you think, oh, his daughter, but isn't he Miley's dad? But, yeah. Outlaw country, yeah, Johnny Cash and Merle Haggis and John Prine and some of the alt country stuff and lots of things. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so we went down south and we were in like Kentucky and stuff, and it was like, oh, country music, and I got into country music for a while. It was like, it seemed like it used to be like, and then they had CD 94, or they had US 99, and it used to be good, but now I'm not so crazy about it. But I guess my point is that it used to be like you'd go to different parts of the country and there was, yes, Chris Christopherson's great. Or I like the Rifters, excuse me, and oh God, John Prine's Angel from Montgomery, and Lacey, what's her face? And I just can't. Oh, and Gillian Welch.
Were you
an Old Crow Medicine show with Gillian Welch doing their cover of The Wait. But anyway, my point is, it seems like it used to be like different radio stations had different personality. Now it's like everyone has a quote-unquote alternative station, and everyone has a quote-unquote urban station, or, whatever they call the rap in the house and whatnot station. And it seems like wherever you go, it's all the same. Uncle Tupelo, definitely.
How do you feel about globalization? Isn't that what globalization basically is?
Well, I guess, but it's kind of like just David Allen Coe for sure. Alabama, although they're a polished product, it's some pretty good stuff. I don't know who Susan Tedeschi is.
Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama, you mean, or
I'll have to remember that. And Emmylou Harris, and
because I can't hear the song Sweet Home Alabama without.
No, Sweet Home Alabama isn't by the group Alabama.
Oh, okay. There's a group.
Sweet Home Alabama is by Leonard Skinner.
I don't know shit about music. I don't know you're talking about group.
Or the band's songs. Bob Dylan's backing band. I don't know, like modern country music, a lot of it's just too happy. It's like, boy golly, I'm happy because I've got a truck and a girl and beer and a flag. Yeah. And nobody ever has any worries except they're running out of beer. So, yeah. Are there any good radio stations in Milwaukee that I should tune into? Even though like internet radio has given me like infinite diversity and radio commercials are annoying.
Stick to internet radio. Not that I listen to much radio, so I can't really tell you.
What else is there to worry about other than beer? Everything wrong with modern country in 3 words, red Solo cup. I heard somebody did something on the internet where they took like 6 country songs and wove them together and they all worked together, which was like frightening. Like you could just mix the 3 together. Which is different from old country where exactly. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison and I went to pick her up in the rain, but before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a damned old train. That kind of stuff. Yeah, satellite radio is awesome and it's too expensive. Agreed. I mostly these days, since I've got Amazon Prime and Google Play, I mostly just kind of go with their playlists and their stations, and even though they get a little repetitive. I can't even think of what it's called right now. The internet radio where you make your own custom stations thing. Pandora.
Does paid radio go away before or...
Pandora, weird beast.
Never mind.
Pandora do what?
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
Does paid radio, like XM, does that go away before or after Howard Stern retires?
No, jeez. Well, I used to have a subscription to XM radio, and it certainly wasn't for Howard Stern because I've never been into him.
Well, I imagine most people have it now. It's Howard Stern. Right? I mean, what do you have XM for?
So you're wondering what... well, you have it for commercial-free radio. It's got some great curated stations with specific genres that you won't necessarily find on regular radio.
I could also have some kind of Pandora thing going on.
Well, yes, I'm guessing that Pandora Pandora and internet radio in general, with everyone having music coming from their cell phone and their cell phone plugged into radio, probably has made XM into Sirius not have as much subscriber base. A lot of political dialogue. Okay. The thing about political dialogue is it seems like it's all a particular end of the political spectrum. It would be interesting if there was if it wasn't all right wing.
They tried that. How come it didn't catch on?
Good question. I mean, I used to like listening to Jay Marvin back when he used to be all political and crazy.
He was only good when he wasn't taking his meds, though.
Yeah.
The minute he started taking his meds, that show went down the tubes.
Yeah, when he mellowed out, it's probably better for him as a person. He's probably happier, but yeah. Marvin the Martian.
I doubt he's around anymore.
Well, he was older and morbidly obese, so it doesn't necessarily bode well for a person's longevity, but, who knows? Maybe he's still healthy. I wish him well. He made me laugh a lot. And he got me into Camus.
You're going to have to tell me who the hell Camus is.
He's an French-Algerian writer. He wrote...
oh, look, this is the classic
L'étranger, The Stranger, and he wrote The Plague, some other stuff. Died, unfortunately, rather young. The Trent Reznor thing, what? Overcompressed, yeah. Well, there are technical limitations to satellite radio. That maybe they're due for an upgrade, I don't know. To be honest, I mean, like, audio quality to me, I grew up listening to staticky radio and listening to cassette tapes I made from staticky radio. I've heard worse. Whatever it is, I've heard worse. Yeah, The Stranger is a great book. So is The Plague. I just love the descriptions he has. I mean, it makes you feel like you're in a hot, sunny country where everybody's too warm to move. And everything's painfully bright.
Stranger with the one with the guy in the funeral and the...
Yeah, it starts out with, like, mother died today or yesterday or whatever.
And he gets, convicted of a murder? I forgot what the reasons were specifically.
He killed somebody.
He did? I thought he was innocent.
No, I think he killed somebody.
I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he killed him and he was executed for it, if memory serves. I mean, it's about 20 years ago that I read that, but I should read it again. I really should. I've got it actually on my Kindle.
Yeah.
Been meaning to get around to rereading it.
Shit.
And when is Kindle going to update itself? When is Kindle going to... I don't mean to change topics, but... Yeah, he killed an Arab. And he got the death penalty or whatever for doing it. It was one of the armed men. I wish I could remember. But anyway, I've got my Kindle Paperwhite, and it's perfectly nice, but, what has Kindle been doing with itself lately? It's like Amazon will, release it's like, here's the Kindle. It's a little bit better resolution, and we're going to charge you twice as much. Here's the Kindle with a battery cover, and we're going to charge you 8 times as much. And it's like, all I really want is, a bigger screen, maybe better resolution, better contrast, but really the resolution and the contrast are fine. I just want a bigger screen that's good for reading magazines and some kind of color. That's all I want. And now it's in white. Who cares? And maybe a little bit of a faster processor, because it can lag a little when I've got a lot of books and things on it, but that's all I want for my Kindle. I don't want one that costs $300. I just want a 9-inch screen and a little color. It doesn't even have to be great color. It could be color like my Pebble watch. Am I reading any good books?
Is that the 9 Inch Nails cover band? 9-inch screen?
9-inch screen, yeah. NIS. Actually, yeah, $300 for the Oasis. Isn't that nuts? Actually, the book that I'm in the middle of reading right now, I kind of got into the Madeleine Rue's Asylum series, and it's kind of junk, and the books never end in a way that it's satisfying, but there's another one called Escape from the Asylum, and that's what I'm reading right now, and I'm sure it's going to disappoint me like all the other ones, but it's got great atmosphere. The idea of being in this old spooky, rotting insane asylum is kind of nice to read at night, but I'm sure the book will disappoint me.
Why even bother? Good atmosphere, though.
This game?
No, you're talking.
Oh, yeah.
Eep. I'm going to die.
Yeah, I've enjoyed I've enjoyed reading them. I've enjoyed the characters. I've enjoyed the environments, but none of them seem to have a satisfactory resolution. And I've come to the conclusion that Madeline Root probably doesn't have anywhere that she's going with this. She's just winging it. Do I play Pokemon Go? You know, I was kind of interested in Pokemon Go. I have not read any Tolstoy.
If I'm kind of interested in Pokemon Go, I haven't read any Tolstoy.
Yeah,
Did he write much about Pokemon?
I'm a little ADHD, but we all know this. But have I read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I have. I liked it. Okay, but anyway, Pokemon Go. I heard good things about it, but then Jack was saying that they basically ruined it and broke it. So now it's like I didn't have time to mess with it a few weeks ago because I was tying up loose ends with the job that I was leaving, and
people frequently say Jack is wrong.
Yeah, and I was moving and I just didn't have time to deal with it, and now it sounds like it isn't fun anymore. So I don't know. Stay away from the last 11 books. If you get 11 books that are bad after the first 9 or 10, I mean, why are you hitting your thumb with a hammer again? I mean, that's kind of how I was with I kind of liked the series of unfortunate events for the first 4 or 5 of them, and then it's like, this is the same thing over and over and over again. Enough. I think I read the first 7 and never got around to the other 6.
How are you going to have 8 movies if you only have 4 books?
I don't know. I think they took the first 3 or 4 books and made them into the series of unfortunate events movie with Jim Carrey, which I kind of liked. I liked the sets, the computer-generated, weird, spooky, surrealistic backdrops and things. Fuck Electric Sheep. Let's talk about Pokemon, right? Let's talk about androids dreaming of electric Pokemon.
Are there any other kind of Pokemon? I guess they made cards.
That's true.
I'm no fun tonight because I'm playing Pac-Man.
Nope.
That fucks up my brain, goddammit.
It's like complaining that the never-ending story doesn't have a satisfying conclusion. It does! I don't remember what it was, but... Something good happened with Falcor.
Is it satisfying, though?
I don't even remember how it ends. But I don't remember leaving me
He has to say, he has to believe that the book is more than just a book. Basically.
Okay.
He has to get so enraptured with the story that he believes it.
Okay.
That's the gist of it.
Another thing that I haven't read or thought about too much in 20 years. I just remember the dragon.
That's all anybody remembers. It's all that matters.
Speaking of which, I want to see Pete's dragon.
Why?
Because I liked the original Pete's dragon, and it's got a friendly dragon in it. And I'll wait and see what Rotten Tomatoes says about it, or something. You want to hold on to this? I'm going to get up for a minute.
Just put it on the floor.
All right, I'll be back.
Wait, I can pause. I can't hold on to that.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay.
You talk to him. You talk to him.
Did you read the...
Don't fall off stairs. Your ankle will be stiff for days. What?
Karen, out of everyone from RLM, excluding Rich, who would you trust to babysit your potential child?
Well, maybe Jack, just because he's already got kids and he knows what he's doing. That's my answer.
Okay. They're all going to be nerdy afterwards.
That's okay. At least they won't roll their eyes at us for the rest of our lives because we're nerdy.
It's true. All right. I can deal with that. How's everyone doing tonight? We having a good stream? Oh, thank God he didn't turn down here. I thought I was fucked. I am fucked. Gah. Gah. Which I would never eat. I don't trust Klingon chefs. They're crazy foods. Eating things still alive. Yes, Tribal Leather. I can confirm that, I can acknowledge that you went on a date for you. I have made your night officially. Congratulations. How's the date? Somebody went on a date.
Aw, well, I hope it's going well.
I don't know. I think it's over.
They just coming back from the date?
I hope so. I hope this isn't their date.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're doing it wrong, man.
Yeah. Unless their dates.
You wanna listen to this fat nerd on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, even Netflix and chill is better than us.
Why didn't she call me back?
Is this Pixels the game? This is Pac-Man 256.
Which I'm just about done with.
Jay is babysitter. Well, I bought some movies with me like Blue Velvet and Eraserhead.
Oh, God. Jay likes himself the body horror.
Okay. We undervalue ourselves? Do we undervalue ourselves?
I think I value myself appropriately. It's good to be practical. It's good to know what you are. Work within your limitations. Like for dietary purposes, I've just told Karen, you know what, you just make me what to eat and I'll eat it because I don't trust myself to follow through. I know my limitations.
Yeah, we're going on a diet. We're both chubby.
Well, would you say we have officially begun or not quite yet?
Well, we've kind of half begun. We've eaten some meals that were definitely iffy in the last couple of days, but we've also.
What are we eating tonight?
We're gonna make some
chicken.
Some grilled chicken and broccoli.
Well, that's fine. That's some fine meal.
Some fruit for dessert. We had some waffles for breakfast, which, you know, heavily processed, but not terrifically caloric. I'm definitely getting hungry now.
Because I'm talking about waffles and...
No, just because my stomach's growling because I haven't eaten in a while. I think we ate, what, about 8 hours ago?
Something like that.
Does Rich even eat vegetables? If you put them in front of him.
Basically, yeah. That's why I put Karen in charge of my diet.
Rich just tends to go for what's easy.
Yes.
So, you know, going to... And cheap and simple, and going to McDonald's is pretty cheap and simple. No, waffles are not diet food, but waffles are not the worst thing in the world if you're getting, like, the Nutri-Grain waffles and you're only eating a couple of them. Like I said, it's heavily processed, but, you know, it's like 200 calories. I have done a calorie counter, Mr. Glitch, and dropped 30 pounds. I'm afraid to guess what I am now, but at one point I had lost, and I haven't gained it all back. At one point I lost 55 pounds started out doing Weight Watchers, and then I just went to strictly counting calories, and I was doing CrossFit for a while, and a lot of rollerblading, and I've done it, and I can do it.
Then you blew out your knee, though.
Well, I didn't blow out my knee. That's how I've got patellofemoral syndrome, and it's chronic, and it's a pain in the ass. And on an MRI or an X-ray, my knees look normal, but they have been better in recent years. But you know, for the last 6 years, there have been times when I can't sleep because my knee hates me for no good reason. I mean, you know, there doesn't appear to be anything especially wrong with my anatomy or anything else. But I'm trying to get into like maybe a little bicycling or something.
Biking the other day.
Yeah, we went biking around the bike trail.
Down by the lake?
By the lake, and it was awesome. And we went by the Calatrava, the museum, the Art Institute in Milwaukee, or whatever it calls itself.
That thing that's kind of ugly, really. But it's the closest thing Milwaukee has, something iconic.
I mean, I can do quick, simple meals if he's willing to eat them, that are cheap and easy. I mean, I'm a big fan of like egg whites with tomato sauce, a little bit of low-fat cheese, and maybe some sausage. Not a ton of sausage, obviously. But knee and back problems, what a couple. But anyway, I gained a lot of weight back, partly because I was working really weird hours and like taking Benadryl to sleep, which like gives me like monster munchies, and because of medication, possibly. But also like I was basically been working like almost overnight hours, like super early, like getting up at 2-3 in the morning hours at my last job. And that wasn't helping, and not exercising as much as I should, which also wasn't helping, and living with a woman who, my mother is the biggest junk food junkie in the world. I mean, she's always got like 6 kinds of whatever, and it's like real easy to be like, yeah, it's 2 in the morning, and I just woke up, and I feel like shit, and I'm going to eat like cookies until I'm full for breakfast, or banana bread, or cake, or, she's got basically everything. Pushing around a baby stroller with a laptop is supposed to be good exercise. Well, don't people do that with their cell phone, more or less? But then they walk off a cliff. Carrot juice? I'm never a big fan of carrot juice. I mean, if you like it, yay. I like V8, the spicy one.
All right, I think we're done at 11.
We're
just
done at 11?
time on thing, yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to be done now.
No, it's fine. I can keep rambling on about random topics and making people think I'm nuts or something for another...
Well, you can address some questions to me and get me more involved.
Well, apparently everyone thinks that we should smoke weed and eat fruit.
Why am I not surprised?
Benadryl does put me to sleep. It doesn't make me insane, but, I know people have paradoxical reactions to all kinds of things.
Benadryl will knock me the fuck out.
Yeah, Benadryl knocks Rich out for a long time. I think he just doesn't metabolize it very well. One of the anonymouses, whatever, wants to know if you would go on a date with her.
No.
Yeah.
You're talking to my fiance. You know that, right?
Apparently they don't care. Does Rich like spicy food? Rich does not like spicy food. I like spicy food. Like, Rich doesn't seem to like the sensation of heat at all.
Nope.
I've tried to explain to him that it's like taking a hot bath, and it's like, it's not painful, it's just increasingly intense until it is painful. But for him, it's like he just doesn't like it at all.
I like jalapeno poppers, like milder jalapeno poppers I'll have. Milder ones. But my tolerance for capsaicin is much lower than I think most people's.
I like all kinds of food. I like, spicy Asian food and Mexican food. A lot of that has heat, and Indian food. And can you tell I'm hungry?
We'll be done soon.
I know. I should be in charge of the stand-up timer if Jack isn't there. What's a stand-up timer?
Jack's got this thing. He'll stand up every hour, and he's got a thing on his clock, and his watch, and his phone. See how old I am?
They want to know how you like mustard.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And whether or not I've smoked weed.
I do not like mustard. I do not like it on a boat. I do not like it in a house. I do not like it at a train. I do not
or
like
on
it
a plane,
in a car,
or in a boat.
Or on a plane.
Many years ago, in my misguided youth, I experimented.
You don't need to say anything you don't want to say.
No, that's it.
Imagine most people have.
I'm definitely not high right now.
Everyone thinks I am because of my eyes.
Yeah, Rich has allergies. He looks like he's like smoking
all the time
or whatever all the time. What Obama said, Mall Rat Cow. He had the best response to that question.
I forgot exactly what it was.
Well, remember they had that whole thing with Bill Clinton where he said, I smoked, but I didn't inhale. And it's kind of like, okay, well, you're lying now because you really did inhale, or you were pretending to inhale then and you were lying to your friends then. So, either way, you're kind of a scumbag about it. But Obama's response to that question was, they asked, did you smoke pot? He said,
did you inhale?
Yeah, did you inhale? And he said, that was the point. Have I experimented with mustard? I have experimented with mustard. I've experimented with wasabi and Dijon and that stone ground brown German stuff. I love mustard. And Rich hates it.
Mustard is you.
Oh, Tropical Streamer says that they're high enough for the entire chat. So they've got us covered. None of us have to worry about that.
All right.
Thank you for smoking for us, Tropical Streamer. Now we can all remain sober. We appreciate it.
You should perform that as a service for people who are trying to go, sober.
Yeah.
I'll smoke the weed for you.
Yeah.
You have to provide the weed though.
Well, it was like when
it'll be the best racket.
It was like the time that radio preacher came on and I was imitating him and I was saying, "Give me all your money and I will sin for you."
Yeah.
Oh, Puma Man's friend says that we're so cute. Aw. Has Rich experimented with fire safety? Clearly not. Karen has a religious background, loves mustard, has a furry pet. That's not a very religious background. My parents aren't especially religious. I'm not, I don't know, medium or something.
Yeah.
Live and let live. Do I love mustard? I do love mustard.
Look, if you were Westboro level, it would be an issue.
Yeah, I'm not Westboro. I'm not intolerant of people. Is there a food that I hate that Rich loves? Euros.
Cheese fries.
Yeah, cheese fries are alright.
Cheese fries will kill me.
JS Smith says, "I'll drink all your alcohol and tell you how great it is. Greatest sponsor ever."
That was great. Oh, you're missing out.
Euros like people. No, I have nothing against European people. I just don't like the well, I don't want to eat European people either, for that matter. No, I don't want to eat lamb meat, whatever those are, although I like lamb in other contexts.
My ancestors come from Europe.
Well, yeah. My ancestors come from wherever. Assorted. Euro money? Yeah, I don't know how I want to eat Euro money. It's probably like German stuff. Does Rich like Twinkies? Rich, do you like Twinkies? Twinkies are kind of nasty. Explain to Karen how to pronounce euros. Why do you say it gyros?
It's euro.
It's euro. It's like Greek or whatever.
A lot of people in the chat are morons about that, and they insist that they're right, even though they are clearly and demonstrably wrong.
I don't really care. Giordano's Pizza's opening. Where do you live?
It's overrated, Giordano's.
It's pretty good pizza. I like it better than Rich does.
Yeah.
Tear both eyes out. Where's the Giordano's opening? There's a new, what is that, Marzetti's?
Lou Marcetti's?
Lou Malnetti's. It's over in Tinley Park, Illinois. It's not too far
they have pretty good deep
from where I'm from. And they've got good, they just opened up and they've got really good pizza. Do I like Twinkies? Not really.
Well, I'm dead.
I like Nutty Bars and Cosmic Brownies.
All right, one more.
Oh, Holland, Michigan. I didn't know they were all the way up there.
One more good run, and then I'm going to start reading names.
Slice Works? I've never heard of Slice Works. There's a small chain in the south end of the Chicago suburbs called Nana's Pizza. There's probably more than one place with that name because it's like grandmother, but they've got pizza by the slice, and it's really good fast food by the slice. $5.50 gets you a little drink that you can refill until you go mad, and a big old slice of pizza,
like comically big.
Yeah, and they
like
also,
a quarter of an extra large pizza.
And they're open 24 hours, and they sell like pretty much everything that you could possibly put in a deep fryer.
Like what does that cut from, a 22-inch?
Yeah, probably. It's a huge old slice of pizza.
And it's like a quarter of that.
Or for like another $1.50 or whatever, you can get deep dish, and deep dish is good too. Yeah, Chicago deep dish is good. New York thin pizza is a different animal. I mean, and I don't think it's really makes much sense to compare them.
How is New York thin? Like, is that standard pizza when you think of pizza? Is that like the kind of shit you get at Domino's and Pizza Hut?
No, New York pizza's thinner than that. It's thinner like than people that? Fold it in half.
Like Papa's?
I've had.
Do you remember Papa's?
Yeah, no, it's not quite.
It's not quite like that.
I've had New York style pizza, and it's good, but it's just a different beast. Rich, can you do your terrible Italian accent? Like,
no.
It's a me, Mario.
Oh, fuck yourself.
So, like, we say Italian accent, but I'll bet there's probably a bunch of different Italian accents that sound different. I wonder which one the generic Italian accent is. What part of Italy that is.
Italiano safono is where decisione.
Deep dish is awesome. Thin crust is awesome too. I think my favorite thin crust down in the Chicago area is like Beggars. I like their thin crust. Chicago Dough Company is pretty good too. Deep dish is casserole. Yeah, it's a pizza pie. And it is not diet food.
I want pizza though. I really want pizza.
Yeah. Right now I want deep dish pizza. I'm just hungry. I'll be happy with broccoli, chicken, or whatever the hell. I just want food. The generic Italian accent comes from Japan. Thanks, Mario. That's probably true. Buffalo has the best pizza. It might. I've had pretty good pizza in London, Ontario, actually.
Well, the guy that got to do the voice for Mario, is he Italian? Charles Martinet, or is he French? Or what is he? What?
18 inches extra large. This has got to be larger than extra large, the thing that Nana has.
Yeah.
Nana's has. It's an extra.
Comical. It's comical.
It's really large. And you get a quarter of that. And it's good. I don't know, it's a bit doughy, but I mean, you're talking about, a meal for $5. In fact, it used to be like $3.50 or something at one point. We used to go there all the time just because, where else can you get dinner for two for $7? Definitely no ranch on pizza. Not my thing.
No, ranch? Who the fuck puts ranch on pizza?
There are people who do it. I am not one of them. I don't think it's 40-inch. It's somewhere between 18 and 40.
Not as bad as pineapple or Canadian bacon.
I like pineapple.
Oh.
Not Canadian bacon. Or ham.
People do some fucked up shit to pizzas. Why?
Okay, so
Why?
Rich and I were working at the same place this one time, and the store manager was trying. We had like a safety pizza party or some
moderate
shit.
Run.
And the guy was like, "Where should we get pizza?" And there was like a good pizza joint, Beggars, like right down the street.
Yeah, Beggars was
a
couple blocks away.
Maybe a mile.
Couple miles.
If that. No, not even a couple
okay,
miles.
maybe a mile. All right, fine.
And
there was another place around the corner.
Yeah, which was subpar.
We're in the office, and I was arguing. I wanted the good stuff, Beggars. It's a mile away, but it's really good. And
it's a stupid secretary.
The other woman in the office, she wanted to do the laziest fucking thing, which was the place around the corner.
Yeah, the place in the same strip mall.
Mediocre pizza. And the store manager chimes in with his opinion. He says, it's good pizza. Have you ever had Domino's?
And it's like, where like you hear that sound like the record goes like everything just freezes.
Was quiet.
Yeah, because it's like we didn't know whether to feel disdain for him or pity. Like, who the heck thinks Domino's is the best pizza in the world? Come on now.
He's the store manager, so you just can't outright call him an idiot to his face.
I mean, I know he's from California, and maybe California isn't as big a pizza place as
And he said it just like that. Have you ever had Domino's?
Yes, I've had Domino's and I've had Little Caesars. Like it was a secret
for one.
It's pizza, but it's not the best pizza, that's for damn sure. Oh, Papa Murphy's was good. There used to be one by us and it flopped, but I think everybody was too lazy to make take and bake. Speaking of crackers with condiments, Monocle's is really good. There's none by us, but there's like one in Kankakee.
They were good
Illinois.
One time we went there. Every other time we went, it was awful.
It's like extra crispy, thin crust. I like it. I had it. It was good the other times I was there when I was in Champaign-Urbana with friends.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody ever tried this little niche place, McDonald's?
Yeah,
yeah, they've got great pizza.
He said it like that. That's exactly how he said it. It was the most bizarre thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there are lots of good little local pizza joints. It's just Little Caesars and Pizza Hut and Domino's are just, they've corporatized anything that was good about pizza out of the pizza.
Well, there's still plenty of good places, though.
Oh, no, I know, but I'm just saying that by and large, the huge pizza chains are not where it's at.
Damn it. Another mediocre one.
I know
one more good run.
Somebody says, I know this great little hole-in-the-wall Subway. Artisanal chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken. They call themselves KFC now, actually. They're afraid to use the words fried chicken, and they're like, it's suddenly healthy or something if you call it KFC. There's a place it's not bad as fast food pizza goes. It's not earth-shatteringly great either, but it's called Toppers in the Milwaukee area, and you can get all kinds of ridiculous, stupid-ass toppings on there, like macaroni and cheese on your pizza. Like, huh? Hamburger, huh?
They're all right, Toppers.
They're all right, yeah. They're not terrible. Their battery is at 10%.
There should be a cord somewhere on the floor actually nearby.
It's also 11 o'clock.
That's true.
So that might be our message to call it an end to the stream and get some food.
This is the last run. As soon as I die, and I die frequently, Ren, this is it.
They said that we lied to them that it isn't Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. We really tried to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
Look, I got too lazy to change the damn title. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
We were having technical problems with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I was all psyched to play it because I have fond memories of wasting too many hours of my life playing it. Can you get a naked woman on your pizza? Probably, but not from the pizza joint.
That's a separate charge.
That's a separate charge. From a separate provider. Krusty Krab pizza. Krusty Krab pizza is the greatest pizza in the world, but you need to eat it underwater. In the ocean.
Dear. I don't know much about the SpongeBob.
Somebody said that, honestly, the technical problems during the first half hour are part of the stream for them. Aww. Will we stream the post-stream meal?
No.
No. You get naked women on your food at Pizza Slut.
You won the internet!
Yeah.
No. Oh, shit. I'm dead. All right, we're done.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm going to read names because this is the tradition.
Right.
Did we get any more subs?
Nope. The last sub wanted to have a date with you.
All right. And we know my answer to that. I appreciate the offer. I'm flattered. But
He's taken.
I am very taken. All right. Who do we have? Hopefully
You're very welcome, leftover beefcake.
Rabinzo 19. And remember, anything over 20, it gets a fucking in front of it, right? You can say the next one.
Okay. 42 viewers fucking Smelter wedging all of us has resubscribed for 23 fucking months in a row.
They say?
What?
They have a message under there, too.
Oh, Smelter wedging all of us says, hi, Karen. Oh, and hi, also Rich. Whatever.
Leftover beefcake, 21 fucking months in a row. If Prereq doesn't like Suicide Squad, I'm starting a petition to kick them off the internet.
Why, thank you. That'll give us all kinds of publicity.
Like, I don't think anybody likes Suicide Squad. I haven't seen it. I honestly have no intention.
It doesn't sound promising.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good idea committed to death. Humberto the Cabbage Patch has resubscribed for 19 almost fucking months in a row. They said 1 month away from fucking territory. Yes, indeed.
And OctoJ, 25 fucking months in a row.
Toad Decimals has resubscribed for 9 months in a row. Toad Decimals says, I'm not saying you owe me child support, but it's been 9 months and I just did give birth to an abomination. Congratulations on your new bouncing, bubbling abomination.
Your new bubbly, bouncing Antichrist.
Yeah. Your Rosemary's Child.
Lord Belmont, 17 months in a row. 17 months, hack frauds.
Kilroy McTrump has resubscribed for 2 months in a row. Hooray! Let previously recorded live know it's your 2-month anniversary. Indeed.
Edgar Allan Hoopo.
Just subscribed.
Oh, you don't have to read that part.
Rich reads Stardust. I like that book. Has resubscribed for 19 months in a row. Ooh, they're almost in fucking territory, too.
Have you started reading Stardust to me?
I think I did start reading the Neil Gaiman book. It's an awesome book.
Karen likes reading to me. It's kind of nice.
I do. I read the entirety of The Martian to him, and I read, what was that one? The Off to Be the Wizard. At least I started it. I think
you finished that one.
Okay.
I might have finished it on my own after. I might. No, I think
time
could have gone either way.
Takes a while to read a book aloud.
Where we at? Where do we leave off?
Dream
Sign. And then we only read it if it's over 12. We only read it at all if it's over 12 months. And then if it's over 20, it gets the
now you tell me.
Yeah, I know.
Rich Evans is God.
Rich Evans is God.
Is resubscribed. Woohoo.
Weckless, 22 fucking months in a row.
Kick Girl 5 or V or Kick Girl or Girler.
I think I like Kick Girls.
Kick Girl has resubscribed.
Quito, 20 fucking months in a row. Thanks for all the content.
Or maybe the content.
The content? Thanks for all the content.
Are you content?
I'm hardly content.
Stu91 has resubscribed for 15 months in a row.
Spooky Dookie.
I like the name.
19 months in a row. Everyone says that.
Unkool-Aid Man has resubscribed for 22 fucking months in a row. Unkool-Aid Man says, what happened to Jack? Did you kill him? Yes, but we're going to zombify him, resurrect him, and have him back soon.
Mr. Grape. And he says, LMAO.
Okay. Fruit Pie the Magician has resubscribed for 13 months in a row.
Icatarzo, 17 months in a row. And they say, I love pizza.
Who doesn't? Have you ever met anyone who doesn't love pizza?
There's some weirdo out there.
There's gotta be.
Pizza.
I hate pizza. Pizza sucks. It's all that cheese. I hate cheese.
They're too cool for pizza.
Yeah. I only eat sushi, and only when it's got sashimi on it. Osmike has resubscribed for 19 months in a row. The best thing about this stream, apart from Rich and Karen being awesome, was the lack of an overlay for the last part. I don't know what that means, but you're welcome.
The overlay is the thing that Jack puts on the stream because we're done.
Because he's professional? Ish.
Oh, wait, no, I hit the wrong button. We're not done.
We're not done?
God damn it.